The question is, if everyone heard it, where are we with our water system? Several years ago, we did put water treatment in, but not softening, to make sure that the water you got was very clean, but it is still very hard water. So the board had authorized a preliminary analysis, and at this point, with the board's approval, I will, in fact, I've met with staff already about getting everything in line. We will now direct the city engineer to do a more in-depth review, and the focus will be on the newest technologies in water softening. It is a rapidly changing art. Anything green is rapidly changing. There are new systems available. We feel this is an improvement that we need to be diligent about, and that our residents and businesses really need to get the best system possible for the lowest cost. And that's what we're doing next. That should take several months to review those. And what we hope to do after that is to select the technology and get our engineers and whatever corporate representatives that may sell that technology to come up and do some town hall meetings or some specific meetings to the water treatment and go over it with the residents and establish a firm timetable on cost and payoff. So we have started the process. We've done the preliminary numbers. We've done the basic system analysis. Now we're going into specifics. In the meantime, of course, our city has been collecting a sales tax, a couple sales taxes for capital improvements in parks and stormwater. Those sales taxes have gone to do quite a few park improvements, and they will be also geared toward the recreation center. We have received our RFQs. We put the recreation center out for bid for architectural services, basically, for someone to design the recreation center. That bidding is closed. We received 22 bids. In the next couple weeks, we'll be going over those bids to select an architect or a designer to be the head person to basically get this thing designed and work with the engineers to get it going to the point where we can bid it. A little bit on the economics of the city of Eureka. Our stores are doing fairly well. We did make a few calls before this meeting. Dickey Bubs, for instance, was one we contacted. Their sales are up about 4%. We are also working with them to sit down and try to get them to change their special use permit to allow an attractive garden area outside. They had submitted that once before and instead built a covered area to store materials, but they have expressed interest in selling garden plants, tomatoes, and flowers. And with Eureka Nursery closed, there is certainly an increased need for that. Eureka Nursery, from the conversations I had, did a large part of their business was contractors, landscaping contractors. I have a neighbor that's involved in landscape contracting, and he said his phone hasn't rung for 12 months. It's one of the things that people could cut out when times were a little tough, was landscaping their homes and businesses. So it was a very tough time for landscapers. Schnucks said their business is strong. Walgreens has beat all expectations that their national office placed on them, and their pharmacy has experienced growth this year. Next year, Six Flags is adding a 236-foot-tall tower named Skyscreamer. It will reach speeds up to 43 miles an hour, has a diameter of 98 feet in full swing. Park sales were ahead of last year, and that was considering terribly hot weather. One of the things that hits Six Flags, believe it or not, even with a water park, is when the temperature gets over about 95 Nobody wants to be out in it. And, but they still experienced sales better than last year.